Thanks to everyone who have subscribed. If you have not, please do. And thanks for coming out here. I really appreciate you. Magu fights back, asks presidential panel to probe AGF Malami over sales of seized assets. My dear, the war is on. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time we're reaching you today. We want to say we really appreciate you for always being there for us. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and please subscribe. Well, we know what has been happening to Magu, the chairman of EFCC, who has now been thoroughly replaced as a result of allegations of corruption charges levied against him. Who is Magu? Magu has been the acting chairman of EFCC. Apparently, he has been collecting bribe, removing removing papers from case file, covering up and doing some other shady businesses. We're talking about the person who is supposed to be helping the country fight crime. Is the very criminal himself. It's a case where you give the cat a fish to hold, and guess what? Before you come, the cat has nipped the fish. This is exactly what is happening with the case of the person of Magu. Anyway, my people, Magu is questioning and is telling the presidency, is giving them, see, he say, you know what, you are saying I'm corrupt. Probe the Attorney General of the Federation, the person of Abubakar Malami. Probe him yourself. He sold things that were seized and it's not supposed to be. How come he sold them? Who gave them that authority? Who gave him that? He has no capacity. He has no yardstick. He has no jurisdiction to do that. Who gave him the ability? He has not been given the go ahead to do such. Anyway, probe him. Let's get into the news and get all the details. Magu fights back, asks presidential panel to probe AGF Malami over sales of seized assets. Magu is demanding the probe of the AGF for alleged involvement in the sales of recovered property. Wow, they are disgracing themselves, so it has started. The suspended acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crime Commission (EFCC), Ibrahim Magu, has asked the Justice Ayo Salami-led presidential panel to investigate the alleged sales of recovered assets by the Attorney General of the Federation, the Minister of Justice Abubakar Malami San. News Agency of Nigeria (NAN) recalled that the AGF had reportedly granted two separate approvals to an Altonia to conduct an open bid for sale of crude oil and diesel, as well as 5 vessels forged by illegal bunkering operators to the government. But Magu, who spoke through his lawyer Tosin on Saturday, said the AGF has no constitutional authority to approve the auction of the recovered assets, which he said was the responsibility of the Minister of Finance. He contested that Malami has no power under Section 174 of the 1999 Constitution to act in such a capacity without lawfully being given that power. He instituted it under criminal proceedings. Magu lawyer also contributed to his client's claim to distract and to say that he's not comfortable with the fact that Magu is remaining for investigation without bail. Ahead as if he demanded the probe of the AGF for alleged involvement of the sales of recovery assets, the lawyer was asked to come and give a statement with regards to this issue. Yes, I am calling for that. I am calling for a probe of the AGF. Ladidi Mohammed, head of Asset Recovery Management in the office of AGF, should be brought to the panel to tell Nigerians how much they have managed in terms of assets. On what grounds is the AGF appointing contracts to conduct open bids? You can see that there is a question mark on the company appointed to conduct the auction. There is only one Omogu Joy, Nigeria, that is morally bounded, and the same person has been tried by the EFCC. The same firm was now being picked to sell the assets recovered by the EFCC. Can't you see that there is inconsistency and this is also fraud? This is the person of Magu asking the government to say that the Attorney General of the Federation should be probed. You see, they have the breeze is blowing. No, more things will be coming out. So with this Magu's case, more people, the ones you did not even imagine or expect, will start coming out. But guess what? They know how to cover themselves. They know how to cover themselves. So that is Nigeria. The same this Abubakar Malami, the Attorney General of the country. Can you remember what he said? We made a news about it. Was it yesterday? Yes, yesterday, where he said that he is having a psychological trauma as a result of reports by Sahara reporters. I was like, seriously, you don't know what your office stands for? That it comes with the territory. You want to be an attorney general of the country. You don't know that you'll be critics will criticize you and they will ask about your credibility at one time or the other. How comes an EFCC chairman who is being indicted for fraud is calling for your probe? Is there not a cause? Do you think it's just calling on you to be proof for nothing? Why do you think among everybody is you? Why are you the one is calling to be investigated? Why no other person? It shows that birds of a feather flock together. And please, stop putting it to Nigerians as if you are free and you are clean. If the man is saying you should be investigated, there is a reason he can boldly call your name. There is a reason. If he's boldly calling your name and asking the government of the federation to look into your case, you should know that there is something. You know, Magu was discovered on his way. DSS came and they nabbed him. They said, Oga, you're going nowhere. Come and answer some fraudulent cases that are upon you. And this man has been in police custody. You know the thing with this country, let me tell you something. Please don't get it twisted. Don't even let them deceive you. There is what we call cover up. As soon as the news hits and we made a news of it, guess what? The next news that started flooding the internet, social media, papers, and everything was that it was fake news. He was not arrested. He only went there for questioning. He only went there for questioning now 3 weeks. He only went there for questioning 3 weeks. He only went there for questioning. He's still in detention. More and more people are being involved. More probes is coming up. He only went there for discussion. See, Nigerians, see, these people want to cover their track. They don't want you to investigate them. They don't want you to know about their dirty doings. They don't want to even know how they are sapping and drying up the nation. They don't want you to know. I tell you the truth. They don't want you to know. That's why we are here keeping you up to date so that you are aware. See, this could have happened in the 90s, early 90s, 80s, 70s, and they will cleanly get away with it. That's how many of them became who they are. And we are all buying down for them and thinking they are one Mr. one person. It's the same wealth that belongs to everybody that they confiscated to be their own, and they are using it to lord over others. What am I trying to say? In those days, they could do it and get away with it. As it is today, day and time, no, they can't get away with it. Oh. They might not be brought into justice immediately. They might not be probed immediately. But I tell you, there is a process in place. And in the matter of time, they will dance to the tune of the music they are all turning on. Because the Attorney General of the Federation cannot just be called or be indicted into a case like this, an investigation involving a criminal act without nobody looking into it. But guess what? It is not going to end here. The nations of the world are going to hear of it that the Attorney General of Nigeria is being involved in a criminal investigation going on with the EFCC, which is supposed to be a financial crime commission agency in Nigeria to help, and is supposed to be an anti-corruption agency to help curb the spread of corruption in Nigeria. And when what's the name of the former prime minister of the UK when he said it's a how did he put it, corrupt, politically corrupt, or where did he say it? Our president there was Muhammad Buhari was replying, why would you say that authentically correct? I mean, how did he say it? I can't remember the exact words he used. He said that they are very corrupt. Then what did Trump say? Say shithole. And people went there and say he has no right to say that. My dear, what is speaking for itself? Is Trump here now to say it? Is the words not speaking for itself? Please, Nigerians, let's call a spade and let's stop deceiving ourselves. Let's not allow them to also deceive us. Okay? Let's not allow them to deceive us. Enough is enough. The time is coming. Anyone who is still in this country, we face the music. God bless you. Bye for now.